The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and they get.
He missed the pit complete. That is crazy
West
stuff.
side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
They hail from around the globe, and though separated by oceans, they gather in the virtual world for reasons as varied as their locales. Whether it's a defending champion looking to retain his title, a new and eager hopeful striving for recognition, or a legend prepared to recapture past glory, in the end, the one goal they all share is to win. But when naming a victor, only one driver's name can be etched into the record books. You're watching the Tidal Influence MX-5 World Tour!
Not far away on a rugged section of the California coast, a lone cypress clings to the barren rock and fights to survive. As all the while we float high above the Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, where in just under 15 minutes the green flag will wave, trumpeting a call to arms for the field of brand new 2016 MX-5s to begin their own 27-lap fight for survival. You're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel's Live As It Happens coverage of the MX-5 World Tour, the iServe 27, the first leg of the 5-race Pacific Swing, which is the second step towards the ultimate prize that is the Season of Aquarius Grand Championship. So switch your big screen's input to the internet feed, mix yourself up some California milk punch, grab a bucket of clams, and sit back and enjoy the 45 minutes of simulated rose course excitement that will be streaming your way. Hello everyone and welcome to another GSRC broadcast. I'm your host Bill Soups On. Helping me call the action is the self-proclaimed Thunder Down Under Richard Losper. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is the hardest working man in sim racing broadcasting, Joe Peak. And at his disposal will be the camera locations provided by the Ansel Adams of iRacing, Dougie Whiskers Beard. Well, the sun has set on the Atlantic swing, and as the stars came out, the brightest was Australian Sonny Ketchen, who claimed the lion's shares of the Grand Championship points. Today, the slate is wiped clean, and the drivers start anew. This being the sixth race of the Season of Aquarius, the sixth zodiac sign Virgo is highlighted. Today's horoscope calls for observance and precision, which should help on the technical sections of this track, but Virgo's faults of inflexibility and interference could send a driver into the dusty California runoff. Richard, 27 laps today, no fast repairs, a fuel cell limited to 30% now, which should still force these new MX-5s to stop for fuel and maybe tires, all take place here at Laguna Seca.
Okay, and here we are at Laguna Seca. Welcome everyone to the broadcast. This is going to be very interesting on a number of counts. Firstly, Laguna Seca, the track. This is, in some people's opinion, a great track. I'm here to tell you from the archives of Richard Losper, I hate this track with an absolute passion, so much so that I will not race here. But there are many who will. And if you look at the actual track with that front stretch that goes a little way uphill, then downhill, then you have a double apex turns, two of them, which then goes into a series of right-handers, left-handers, and one of the strangest, fastest, most scary corners in racing is turn number 6, a left-hander. The thing to be aware of is not to hit the raised bumps that are on the apex of the curb. If you hit those bumps, they red in color, you're in big trouble. If you don't, you are okay. Then you also have one of the signature corners in motor racing called the corkscrew, and it is a downhill left dive, right hand dive, and then back out onto another left-hander, and you go into right-hander to finish off the course. A fantastic track Some people say I don't, but let's have a look at it from a driver's viewpoint with our lap guide. Do we have a lap guide for this new car?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and have a look at the lap guide. We have one for you with the brand new MX-5.
All right, we've got Giancarlo Lenzi in the GSRC MX-5, so let's do a lap around Laguna Seca. Coming across the start-finish line, we hit turn 1, which isn't much of a turn so much it is a place to set your car up for the Andretti hairpin. And honestly, the hairpin is probably your best opportunity for a pass on the whole course. It's a big, heavy braking zone, but watch out. With it being downhill, it's easy to overshoot the first apex. Get the car turned and try to get the power down before you glance that second apex, then before you know it, you gotta swing the car to the left to set it for 3. This turn feels like it tightens on exit, so be careful not to get on the power too early. From there, it's just a little lift into 4, but this kink is extremely important. If you lose your speed on the exit, you might be vulnerable down into turn 5. It's not the best place for an overtake, but that doesn't stop guys from trying. Now, as you head into this uphill left-hander, it's gonna be critical to carry your momentum in the little MX-5. You certainly don't want to be too wide as you head into the notorious turn 6. It's going to be a light brush on the brakes, then snag the apex just right and let her track out. You can expect drivers who get this corner wrong to pay dearly. Once again, we continue to climb uphill, so momentum is key. Hold left and cross over to give yourself a nice straight braking zone into the corkscrew. Here the track absolutely disappears and you're going on memory of where the edges of the course are. If you manage to hit it right, you're thrown immediately into rainy curve. This long plunging turn has a very late apex, so swing it wide then cut in. From there, you'll switch sides once more and try your best to use the banking of turn 10 to really carry your speed. After that, you approach the final hairpin of turn 11. This is another good place to attempt to pass, but you gotta be sneaky and catch your opponent off guard. Just be careful because the long run means they could pull an over-under on you. From there, it's just a matter of accelerating up the hill and finishing your lap around Laguna Seca.
And there's a lap around Laguna Seca, not one of Richard Losber's favorite track, which is too bad because the track speaks nicely of him. As we look around now at the points, followers of the series might be a bit confused here. So what we're about to look at are the Grand Championship points. They are the points awarded for the final ranking in the Atlantic Swing, coupled with the current qualifying and miles per incident bonus points. As mentioned earlier, now Sonny Ketchen is currently leading with 630 points. But because Ketchen hails from the wrong side of the planet, the time change might make the Pacific Swing more difficult for him. Now Richard Eklund and Sam McAleer, both former champions, chase Ketchen. The Slovene machine, Patrick Fliss, is just ahead of the leading rookie, and that's Koba Lopez. A good result in Pacific Swing could have veteran Thomas Zabel positioned for his first crown come the grand finale. Rookies Robert Hartley and Marlo Lawson sit 7th and 8th, Larson with a win earlier this season. And a pair of tough competitors, Carlos Torres and Marcelo Pajan, round out the top 10. And those are the drivers that many of those you're going to see interviewed in the post-race, in our post-race show, because they usually finish up top near the podium. But here's a chance for viewers to hear from some of the drivers that don't typically get interviewed because they usually don't make the podium. Hopefully we can bring Travis Swanky down here with us. We'll see if we can get to him. He's behind the wheel right now. You see him right there. Travis, do you have a copy?
Sure do.
Hey, Travis, this is the Mountaintop Cabin Rentals Keys to a Good Time. What's it going to take for you to have a good time today?
Well, once again, finish this race. It's going to be a long race in the new car, and I expect it with some people coming from the back. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Hey, Joe, sorry, Travis, it's Richard here. So, we are on the new car. How does it feel at this track, Joe? Travis, sorry.
A little different. It's definitely stiffer. It feels better through the bump going up the hill, but still the same caution has to be held going through there.
I know you guys have been doing a lot of testing, getting ready for CES later on, of course, as well. So you guys comfortable on the track? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. Don't have the outright speed here, but comfortable enough that I know I can get through the race without having any issues.
Right. Thanks, Travis, for talking to us. Back to you, Bill.
Travis Swenke, there we go. Hopefully he can stay out of trouble, and if you want to get away from your troubles, why not visit Green Valley Lake, the best kept secret in Southern California's San Bernardino Mountains, where your best bet for lodging is the Mountaintop Cabin Rentals. To get your keys to a good time, go to gvlcabinrentals.com. Okay, let's make sure that we get Travis out of here so he doesn't actually have to listen to the broadcast while he's racing. We'll turn off that feed. There we go. Travis is going to be happy about that. Okay, we have just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and bring up the grid. This is going to be interesting now. We have 24 drivers who qualified. Let's look at this. Now, keep in mind that the Quick 6 gimmick is still in effect. So if you're looking right now on the pole, there he is again. He went wire to wire last time, and it's Jan Koemans again. Now, he's there because of his performance so far during the Atlantic swing. Even with his victory, he was only ranked about 24th in the rankings. That's going to still put him up on the pole. Now, outside of him, it's good to see Mika Eschhaus back with us outside of row 1. He's your 6th fastest qualifier. Michael Van Dijk inside of row 2, making his 6th career start, currently 11th in the points. Patrick Fliss, outside of him, the Slovene machine, but that consecutive race streak is over. We look down there in the 3rd row, we have Justin Hilly, making his 3rd start, very competitive driver. Good to see him back. And then your winner from the Atlantic swing, Sonny Ketchen, number 1 in the points, and your Atlantic swing champion. Richard, what do you got 7 through 14 there?
In 7th place, it's Eric Garcia. 8th place, Carlos Torres. 9th place is Travis Schwenke. 10th place is Tom Rache. 11th place, Benjamin Nelson. 12th place, William Billy Bob Wright. 13th place, David Hampson. And bringing up the 14th place on your grid there, Benjamin Lanouette.
Then we move over here to our rows 8 through 11. You see Derek Holland and Jeroen Ursum making up that 8th row. In the 9th row, it's Brian Cartier. Good to see him back. And Jordy Fike on the outside in the 18th position there. The driver from Japan, LeVar Boutet, making his 6th start, currently in 26th position in the standings. And Joe McDonald, a rookie, doesn't have the R by his name, again making his 6th start and 33rd in the position. Thomas Szabo, now this is interesting. Look at this row here in 11. It's Thomas Szabo and John Deuce Allen. Neither driver were able to put in a clean qualifying lap. So those guys are going to start from the back. That's going to be rough as they work their way through traffic. I hope they're patient. And then we round out the field with the final row there in row 12. Andre Saunders, who's going to have a stop-and-go penalty to serve because he's been a little naughty, as my associate Samuel Ryman likes to say. And then on the Scott Lang also in the 24th position. There you have the grid, Richard. What are you looking for today?
Well, you know, Bill, it's quite interesting. I see that the practice session is just finished. So with the Quick 6, we've got Jan Koemans on the pole. I'm just looking at the practice times here. Jan Koemans fastest in practice. The other thing that's interesting to me is we've gone from 28% to actually more fuel in the tank now. 30%, or the tank is slightly smaller, so that's going to balance out. So we'll have to see how that works out, Bill, because bear in mind this car is a lot less thirsty. I'm also interested, Bill, to see exactly how these guys go with this new car. A lot of them will be very new to it.
Absolutely. And I would like to point out that it looks like Sam McAleer, I see, may be making the grid here. So I'd look at that closely. I believe he is. Do we have a... He didn't post a qualifying time. He was able to sneak in, so that's good news for him. There's a former champion and a previous... doing very well in the standings right now up there, but he's going to be starting at the backs. Okay, the lights are up. Keep an eye now. The colors are different here. These cars have new paint schemes. Your announcer's going to get used to them, as well as you viewers at home. Gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cows, because the horses are out of the barn. Jan Koemans leads the stampede down into the Andretti hairpin. He's followed by Mika Eschhaus. Van Dijk in 3rd, Fliss right behind him, Hilly. 2x2 battle there as Torres is on the outside being overtaken on the inside by Sonny Ketchen. Let's stay on that as we watch through. You can see Ketchen on the outside. He had a little trouble in the last race on the first lap. Let's hope he has better luck this time as he's side by side still with Torres. Torres in the unfamiliar colored machine. Used to seeing him in that Colombian coffee car. Ketchen goes wide on the outside. He's going to surrender that position. 3 wide in the back. Moving up on the outside. Going into the inside now is the kind of yellow colored car.
And guys,
Tom Raffy. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I'm looking from the back here. I'm driving with Sam McAleer. We're on lap number 1. Everyone clean so far. I did see Joe McDonald having to enter the pits. Not quite sure why. We won't bother to go to that. But right now, Sam McAleer, one of the very last starters here, just sneaked in, as you said, Bill. He's trying to make his way forward, but in front of him, there's just a huge conglomeration of cars, and they're all over the track. So looking from the rear here, Bill, it looks like organized chaos right now.
Yeah, do me a favor, because we have a lot of drivers who snuck in who didn't post in a qualifying time. Big names. I see Evan Maillard has made the grid. He is here. These are drivers we did not expect to see. They didn't post a qualifying time. They're starting from the back. So Evan Maillard, your Season 7 champion, is here. Zabo, we're going to keep Richard pinned to the back here because the excitement's going to be back here. Zabo, McAleer, and Deuce Allen are 4 big names working their way up through the grid.
Exactly, and Deuce Allen and Sam McAleer, and they are actually side by side at the moment, negotiating turn number 2, I guess it would be. And Sam McAleer having the best of that. So we'll keep an eye on these guys from the rear end here. But right now in the front here, it's, I believe, Jan Koolmans leading this thing. Bill?
Yeah, I got the front. It's Koolmans, but not being able to pull away like we usually see as Mika Eshouse is hanging right with them there. They're running 1-2. They've put a little distance back to Patrick Fliss and a little farther back to Justin Hilly. Van Dyke and Sonny Ketchen round out the top 6. But Koolmans, now this is new. We've never seen Koolmans in anything other than that circa 2015 MX-5 machine. This is something new. We might as well, for him, this is a very new experience, but it doesn't seem to affect him much because Koolmans loves Laguna Seca, Richard.
That is correct. We know that he is a master at this track. And similarly, there were a few other guys from previous seasons. João Freitas comes to mind who were really, really good here. But I have to say that Sonny Ketchen is also no stranger to Laguna Seca, so it's going to be very interesting.
Got a spinner. Benjamin Nelson had Evan Maillard right behind him. I think it kind of scared him. Nelson looped it, but he was able to keep out of traffic. You're watching it on screen right now. He brings it back, but he's going to fall back to last place.
Yep, he's come back on. The replay will show that he's got spun the car there. Over to you, Bill.
Yeah, it was outside of the corkscrew. What is this? Going through Rainy, I believe this is the corner here. Unless he comes down, it just gets a little loose. Maybe he caught a little dirt on the right rear tire. Spins it, but look, he does a great job of keeping it off the racing surface. Everybody gets around him. Benjamin Nelson in that new Planet, what is that? Help me out, Director. Planet Express from Futurama. Back to the front. Koolman still out in front of Eshouse. Fliss starting to make a move. Richard, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at Mika Eshouse at the moment. Mika, new to the series here, but certainly one of the very, very good drivers that we tend to get in the series here, Bill. And I want to say he's doing a great job here in second place. And just as I say that, he spins the car and goes into the tire barriers there. Very unfortunate for Mika right there. And someone else as well, Van Dyke, I believe, also in there. Let's get that on replay, Bill.
As we're looking for it right now to come up.
Mika has got it back on the track again, just for your information. A very light tap of the tire barrier there, so you should be okay.
Looking at there in slow motion, the car running in second place behind Koolmans. He gets wide, gets out on the dirt, then he spins it. Let's see, can he keep it off the tires? And no, he hits little bit of a tap there. Now, Van Dyke didn't look like he made any contact. Maybe a little bit of target fixation there. Maybe Koolman's dropping a little oil. That actually doesn't happen, but it's good for the storyline.
And let's go now to Justin Hilly and Patrick Fliss. These guys have inherited second and third position, right? Fliss in second at the moment, Justin Healy in third, and Sonny Canton will be in fourth place. So let's have a good look at these guys here. I have to say, Bill, oh, and that is our leader there. That is none other than Jan Koemas into the tire barrier on the right, coming out of turn 3 there, Bill.
Out of turn 3, we'll have it on the replay. He gets the right side up on the curving. He gets a little bit loose. He's not comfortable with the car, and there's a rare mistake by the Speedmaster. You can see him as the car gets loose behind him here as he comes around, and he's just not able to correct the car like he usually could in that old machine. Just not enough time, not familiar enough, and he just turns it in, tries to collect. The car will not get away from the tires. And to quote Queen, another one bites the dust. That makes our new leader. Could it be Patrick Fliss now? Yeah, I believe it is, the Slovene machine.
Patrick Fliss it is. Justin Healy is now in second place on lap number 4 out of 27. Sonny Canton goes into third place. Travis Schwenke now into fourth place. Tom Rajay into fifth place. You can see these guys have been putting in a lot of practice in this car, Bill. This car is it's a great car to drive. It's so responsive. It is better in so many ways than the older car. But there is one catch here. If you lose the car, it is a lot more difficult to get back.
And
when
I think
it gets away from you, you are in trouble.
I think Jan Koemas would attest to that. Let's go back to Tom Rathie now, currently running in 5th position. The reason I bring it to him is look who has made his way up all the way through the back of the field. It's Evan Maillard. Maillard just got around Eric Garcia. Garcia, you can see there's Maillard in the orange cars. We look back off the back of Rathie, and then that's Maillard in the orange car. Garcia right behind them. Garcia not in the... Oh, Garcia's loose! Everybody, I guess he's okay. Whew.
Oh, whoa, a couple of guys just got on the dirt there. Evan Maillard, yes, he's up into 6th place now and not far behind him in 9th and 10th place. Bill, we have Tomas Szabo and Sam McAleer. So, and John Deuce Allen as well there in 11th place. So the cream is slowly rising to the top, as they say. Right now, Evan Maillard having a look on Tom Rajay. Tom not having any of it, going defensive. Tom Rajay on the inside as they go into the corkscrew. Tom goes to the left. This is where you have to be so careful because the car can get away from you here, Bill. But Tom does successfully defend that corner through the corkscrew there. Now they're going to the left-hander, Rainey, I think that is, and then down into the right-hander once again. This is slightly banked and does give you an opportunity to get quite fast through there. Now you have to slow the car right down for the final turn, which is a second gear corner, and it's a tough corner. Now they get back onto the front straight again.
We can stay on that battle a little while longer because it's pretty good. It's heating up a little at the front. Hilly's starting to make inroads into Fliss's lead, but it's not quite going yet. So let's stay on this because I think we're going to see some excitement here. Looks like Maillard's going to try to make a move, the Frenchman, on the outside. That's not going to work. Can he make it stick? He'll have the momentum coming off the corner. Then he'll have the preferred position. He gets it loose into the dirt. He's got it. I think he's going to close the deal on the Bay State Hammer. And Maillard moves up into, what would that be, 5th position.
Alrighty, let's go now to Tomas Szabo Tomas Szabo's in 9th place, and behind him we have Sam McAleer. There's a great battle going on between these two great drivers as they go into turn number 5 now, which is a left-hander going uphill, starting that climb to the bridge, and then the infamous turn number 6 with the big red bump on the left-hand side. Sam McAleer and Tomas Szabo safely through there. Sam McAleer not close enough to do anything as they approach the corkscrew, Bill.
Excitement going on through all the field, but I think now it's time to go back. We're going to leave that exciting battle. I think now it's time to go back up to the front. You see it right there. Patrick Fliss. I talked about Justin Hilly making inroads onto Fliss's lead. Well, he's traveled those inroads, and he's there now.
Patrick Fliss is in 1st place at the moment. Justin Healy still in 2nd place. Justin Healy has caught up, as you say, and look further back and you'll see in 3rd place the 59 machine of Sonny Canton slowly catching up to these guys, having made a fairly slow start there from 6th position. Sonny Canton is slowly catching up there, and of course behind him Travis Schwenke as well.
Well, I'd much like to shout the praises of Ketchen. He did start in 6th. He's made his way up there, but most of that is due to attrition with the likes of Koemans and Eschhaus and Van Dyke, I think, have all left the race, making that easy pickings there for Ketchen to get up to 3rd. Fliss seems to have Hilly's number here. As Hilly's not able to close in but not make a move. The distance back, we'll keep an eye on this because we know that Sonny's going to be fast. The distance from Hilly back to Sonny is about 2 seconds right now. We'll check back in a few minutes and see if Sonny can make up any ground on the 2 leaders.
Now, Bill, let me say I've been watching most of the really good drivers adapt to this new car from the official series, which is incidentally at Brands Hatch this week. And I want to tell you that Patrick Fliss has really taken to this car. He is very fast in this car, so it is no surprise to me that he is leading the race. I think he would have given Jan Koemans a run for his money anyway. But in the moment now, he's in a battle here with Justin Hilly, and it's going to be interesting to see. It definitely looks to me, though, as if Sonny Canton is catching these 2 up front there, Bill.
Richard, do me a favor. Keep an eye on that lead and jump in if you see Hilly make a move. But I want to jump back to 4th position with Travis Schwenke, our pre-race interview, because look who he's got behind him, boys and girls. That's the Frenchman, Evan Maillard, and Evan Maillard looks like he's going to be able to get this done pretty quick. Maillard actually putting a nose in there. Schwenke almost surrendered that position. He could have fought a little harder. I think Schwenke saw the writing on the wall, left the Frenchman some room. Schwenke fighting back, breaks now, and Maillard now up to 4th. Next on the hit list is Sonny Ketchen. Now, Ketchen is 6 seconds ahead of Maillard. We'll see if Maillard can run him down, and we'll see if Ketchen can get up to Hilly and Fliss.
Okay, and here we have another battle developing here. Carlos Torres has caught up to Tom Rajay. So Carlos just looking on the outside there. Tom just keeping it nice and close to the inside of the track. Now he's still going defensive is Tom Rajay. Tom will be driving for Asbury Motorsports in the upcoming CES race. So, of course, I'm interested in his progress here. And there's a 3rd person who's joined the company here, and that is Tomas Szabo. Tomas going on the outside of both of those cars. Very risky maneuver there from Tomas. He gets away with it. Sam McAleer just behind him. They both gave Carlos Torres the short back and sides there, Bill.
Yeah, I think Torres got a little bump, but he was able to save it. Dropped him back into the clutches of Eric Garcia. So let's review. So we're watching now as Szabo has McAleer all over him. Poor Tom Rathie. He's got some big names behind him there. The Hungarian and the Scotsman coming after him.
And meanwhile, Evan Maillard, of course, has passed Travis Schwenke. He is a fair way away. He's got about, let's see, a 1.6 second gap, to Sonny Canton. So he's got a lot of work to do, but what a great drive from him already. You can see, Bill, that the good drivers, the great drivers have already shown their class. The car meant very little to them. They've just adapted, and it's business as usual.
Let's stay on this battle there, the Rajay, Szabo, and McAleer battle, but I'd like to point out, we talked about the distance from Hilly back to Ketchen was 2 seconds. Well, it's down to 1.2 now, so he's knocked off 0.8 of a second. Sonny is on the march. Not making any ground up is Maillard on Ketchen.
Here's a problem developing. There was a touch between Szabo and Rajay. I must say, Rajay tried to push through into... from the inside there. Now he's under attack from Sam McAleer on the inside. They head up the hill towards the corkscrew. Sam McAleer, Rajay carrying his speed there. They're going to go in side by side. Who's braver on the brakes as they go into the corkscrew? It's McAleer. McAleer gets the position from Rajay. Rajay moves back another spot.
That's some nice driving from Tom there in the what's he driving there? Let's look what is there. Some type of beer, it looks like, on there.
Yeah, Koningsbacher.
There you go. Sounds like you're familiar with that brand. He did a great job of backing out, and now he's going to give I thought he's going to give a little love tap there to the Scotsman. but he was able to hold off. Look at this battle going on now, Ratty. Here comes Taurus, Richard, on the inside.
Yeah, Torres with some damage on the rear of his car. Tom Rache driving very close, almost as if he doesn't know Carlos Torres is right there. Now I think his spotter may have called it. Just behind them, Mika S-House as well.
I got to interrupt.
In there, some more tap. Go ahead.
While that was going on, Fliss has lost the lead. Let's see if I can find out what we were looking at. That Fliss was your leader. He's been passed by 2 cars. Looks like it was at the corkscrew. No, it was not the corkscrew. I'm looking for where it was. Maybe got a slowdown penalty. We don't have it on camera. It was not an exciting pass. He just surrendered. I think he had a slowdown penalty.
Look at this, 3 wide into turn 5 here with Tom Rache, Mika S-House, and I forget who the other one is. That Carlos Torres? No, that would be John Allen. 3 wide, Bill. Then they got away with it. Fantastic and normal racing for this series, Bill.
I know the excitement is great there, but we got to take you away back up to the front now for our new leader, Justin Hilly. Now, right behind him, the guy who's made up all that ground, Sonny Ketchen, is now on his tail. And right behind him, the leader, who I'm going to say had a slowdown penalty. Maybe we'll find out in the post-race interview what happened to Patrick Fliss. It wasn't anything dynamic. It wasn't anything exciting. He just kind of pulled over and let the guys go by. So look now, and now we have a great run from Ketchen. I think maybe he might be peeking in here. I feel it coming. He's pulling up alongside. I think he's going to get this done, and we have a new leader. Hilly does not press the issue. New leader from Australia and the Atlantic Swing champion, Sonny Ketchen, out in front.
Yeah, Sonny Ketchen slowly whittled down the gap that he had from the start of the race. Proceeded very cautiously for Sonny from the 6th position there, but now he is in first place, and look for him to certainly put the wood on these guys behind him. Justin Hilly doing a great job there. First of all, with Fliss fighting for first position, now in 2nd place. Patrick Fliss not out of it by any means. Evan Maillard was 6 seconds off the leader and 5.2 seconds off Fliss, so he's got a bit of work to do to catch up. Then you've got next best Travis Schwenke, and then the Tomas Zabo, Sam McAleer, Mika S-House battle. We're going to go back to that at some stage because that is really intense.
So we're on board right now with Fliss looking ahead at the 2 leaders in front of him. Fliss doing a nice job of staying with these guys. Keep in mind that there is a pit stop to be coming up. So we know that Ketchen has been running hard to make up the ground. As I talk about pit stops, there's the first one peeling off. I believe that was Hilly.
Justin Hilly coming into the pits. Let's see if he's going to take left side tires here, or would it be right side tires if anything.
Yeah, now what has been the case, at least with the old machine, is that usually with the amount of fuel that they need, right sides were free. It didn't cost you much time. You get those right sides put on by the time it takes to fill. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. This is kind of uncharted territory. There we see the right sides going up on Hilly. So yes, I think he's going to take rights.
Yeah, Bill, it is quite interesting with this car. The tires, it's all about the tires. Now, we see Justin Hilly coming back out onto the track now, having taken the right side tires. That may well be the very first pit stop ever in the new ND MX-5 in the MX-5 World Tour, Bill.
That would have been it. Maybe a stop and go earlier served by Andre Saunders, but I think that's the first regular scheduled one. Now he's going to come out just alongside there. That's Benjamin Lanowit. Hey, let's look at Benjamin Lanowit. A nice, beautiful paint job there in the Tidal Influence machine. Good to see that car with the right scheme on it. And here comes Hilly.
Sorry, Bill. It's a very nice, clean car as well that our friend Benjamin has there. Tidal Influence all over the sides and the rear. Tidal Influence, of course, as our main sponsor in this series. Good on them for getting a paint scheme to Benjamin there.
Without the Tidal Influence, guys, we'd be listening to this on the radio. Now let's jump quick to the 8th position. We got a nice little battle here. Eric Garcia in a battle with John Deuce Allen. We talked about Allen gets loose there, and there's Michael Van Dyke. Van Dyke had some issues earlier with S-House. Remember, in that kind of synchronized spinning. Of the drivers, Richard, who started from the back, the hot shoes back there, John Deuce Allen, Zabo, McAleer, Maillard, Allen's had the hardest time getting up. And we have 2 more drivers pulling off now as we see Garcia and Van Dyke coming in.
Yeah, and McAleer's gone into the pits as well. Garcia, Van Dyke, a couple of others sitting in there already. David Hampson, Andre Saunders back in the pits again after his adventures with the stop and go. Getting back to John Deuce Allen, who's got a paint scheme that I'm not used to seeing, which is why I didn't recognize the car. Trying to make out what is that on the rear end of his car. There's some kind of decisions or designs having a look at. But anyway, John Allen, a fair way off anybody at this stage, but out there getting used to the car, and seems to me he's taking a while longer to get used to this car than some of the other guys.
Hey, while we're looking at this Eschweiss, Allen, and Wright, we have Koemans, Jan Koemans, 3-time champion, had a little problems today. Maybe you can tell us, Jan, the car didn't come back for you there and it got loose.
No, Bill, it didn't actually. I was really confused because usually I just don't fit set up how would it be in fuel settings. I actually started on 2 gallons of fuel instead of the 3.6 I was expecting. And I noticed this like at the end of lap 1, so I was like doing the mathematics, like, well, we're gonna need 2 pit stops now instead of 1. and then just about the time I realized that actually I could pull it off in 1, I was doing the math in my head, and then I just spun into the wall basically.
Real quickly, as our leaders come into the pits now, how comfortable do you feel in the new car compared to the old one?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not as it used to be, obviously. But,
yeah,
it's not too bad on this track because it's a track I know anyway, so that helps.
Yeah, it was a nice, good place for you to debut. Well, good luck next time. It's good to have you with us, Jan, and better luck when we go farther through the season.
Thanks. And check the minimum fuel settings next time, Bill. Thanks.
Thanks.
And let me get back into the action. Sonny Canton has gone into the pits. He's come out. He's put on right side tires. He's making his exit from the pits right as we speak. In a couple of seconds, he'll be back on the track proper once again. He's going to come out he's going to come out in 6th place.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone in front of him still has to pit. So this is looking nice. He did 11.22 seconds in the pits. That's fuel and right side tires. Bill?
If we take a quick look at Sonny right now, he's running at 6th. You drop back 1 car, that's Billy Bob Wright, but he still needs to make a pit stop. Then you get back all the way back to Justin Hilly, who's already made that pit stop running in 8th. So if I do a little math, 3.3 and 2.1, it's about 5.4 seconds from Ketchen to Hilly. And that's really for the virtual lead right now, as we see on the screen, Zavo and Schwenke in that battle.
Yeah, and you know what the big difference is there? 5 seconds extra in the pits for Justin Hilly.
Right.
16 seconds versus 11 seconds, Bill.
Now we have our next guy, Patrick Fliss, pitting from the lead. So he's going to come in. What we want to try to do is pick up Sonny, see where he is right now.
Yeah, Sonny's coming down towards the last turn there, and he does it now, so he'll be going past the pit entry into the last turn, and it's the left-hander, the very tight left-hander. He's on the front straight right now. Where is Patrick Fliss? Patrick Fliss starting to come out. Very slow pit exit
okay.
There goes Patrick.
Fliss.
He's well past already, Bill.
Fliss is now, this is a long pit exit here. He's not out on the track yet.
Massive lead for Kanchan.
Looking at Fliss to see if he can get out ahead of Hilly, because here comes Hilly. You can see Hilly going through that left-hander now. Hilly will have the momentum. We'll see if Fliss gets out first. Yeah, Fliss is going to do it. Fliss is going to fall into 2nd place ahead of Hilly. But yeah, Kanchan is out in front by 3.1 over Fliss.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough to catch up with Sonny Kanchan in this car. Sonny has basically at the last race when we did an interview with Sonny, he gave warning that he was going to be fast in this new car. That is proving to be the case. He's got a 3.1 second. It's 8. So yeah, about 3.1 seconds over Patrick Fliss. Now, Patrick Fliss is no slouch in this car. We've seen that as well. But can he catch Sonny Kanchan? It remains to be seen.
Now, this is interesting. I wasn't quite picking up on what Koemans was saying there. Did he have a bad setup? Is that, Richard, that he didn't start with enough fuel? Maybe that's what it was. Okay. because I'm looking at all these drivers are making their pit stops just a little bit. I guess this is the halfway mark. The last guy to run long here now is Evan Maillard, still out there in front.
And Schwenke has gone into the pits as we speak. I was going to say he hasn't pitted yet. That will indeed bring Sonny to the first position. But Evan Maillard still out there. He's going to run long, as you said, which is going to be interesting to see how long he can run. We're on lap 16 of 27, so 11 laps to go. Just how far can he take it? But effectively, our leaders are Kanchan, Fliss, and Hilly, with Billy Bob Wright into fourth position. Fourth position after the pit stops. It'll be currently in fifth position there. And Derek Holland sitting in sixth place. Isn't that a great drive from these two?
It is. I think both Wright and Holland's cars are probably pretty thirsty right now, along with Maillard. So I think they'll all be seeing their little lollipop man pretty soon.
Yeah. And Tamar Zabo, Bill. Tamar Zabo's been in the pits. Back out in 11 seconds. In fact, that was the fastest pit stop. So we'll see how much time he can make up on Justin Hilly, which is his target. But having said that, Tamar Zabo there's about 4 seconds between Hilly and Zabo.
And the Frenchman goes around one more time with 12 laps to go. He's going to keep it out there in front. Evan Maillard with a giant 25-second lead over Sonny Ketchum, but of course there's a pit stop to be made. Maybe Maillard thinks he might be faster with a lighter fuel tank out there. I don't know what he's trying to. He's got clean air in front of him. For Maillard, ahead of him is maybe we can get a picture of this coming up pretty soon, is a friend of the broadcast, always Jeroen Ursum, driving a beautiful, do we have that machine? I guess we don't on the, yeah, it's a Nesquik machine there for Jeroen. We'll be seeing more of him in the back marker review that will be coming soon. But Evan's staying out there one more lap, Rich.
Yeah, he has. And it's going to be interesting because we were in uncharted territory here, Bill. We don't exactly know how the calculations work for these cars. Hopefully these guys have done their homework and know exactly how far they can go with the fuel that they've got. They've also got plenty of help from various software, and of course iRacing itself will tell you when you are running out of fuel. But right now we have Evan Maillard leading the race but still having to make a pit stop. Then 22 seconds back, we have Sonny in second place, and about 3 seconds, so there's not much has changed between Fliss and Kanchan for the third place. So that's your podium. Justin Hilly just off the podium. Then we've got next best is Billy Bob Wright, but he still has to pit. So Tamar Zabo effectively currently in sixth place will probably be in fourth place after the pit stops, unless Evan Maillard can get out in front of him.
And children, were you taking notes on that? That's how you let a lead car by. As Jeroen Ursum does a great job of letting Evan Maillard go one more lap. And Maillard staying out there again one more time. So we're Evan making the putting the Eagle Nest Tavern back marker salute on hold for a while. We can't get to it till our leader pits. That's the rules that we have. We've rounded everybody. Let's see if we can find a battle in the field here somewhere, Richard, to talk about. It's really stretched out. Here's a nice battle. Let's look at this Schwenke, McAleer, and Deuce Allen in a nice battle here for 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, they are nose to tail with Schwenke in front. Then we've got Sam McAleer. Now let me see. Has Sam McAleer been in the pits? Yes, he has. Oh, yeah. And John Allen also in there. So these guys are in 7th, 8th, and 9th place. Interesting battle just behind them, a little way back. Well, not that far back is Mika Eshaus as well. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. This is definitely a battle here as we see John Deuce Allen looking to try and pass Sam McAleer. These guys, of course, were battling for much higher positions earlier, but through attrition and a little bit of bad luck, these guys find themselves back where in 7th, 8th, and 9th place right now. But still, a good job from them. They're in the top 10. And it looks as if Travis Schwenke currently just getting away from McAleer just a little bit.
Yeah, of course, McAleer and Allen had that through the field run because they didn't get in a qualifying time that was good. Look at that battle going on there. behind.
Yeah.
That's McAleer in the orange car, and then Allen in that kind of gray racing beat machine. Kind of green,
and
I guess.
I do think Travis Schwenke seems to have matters in hand here with regards to the two behind him. But here comes Mika Eshaus right now. He's going to be having a look at John Allen, and Sam McAleer just having gotten a little way ahead there of Allen. Here comes Allen again as we see. Wow, they pass Sam McAleer as if he's standing still. Wonder what happened there. Could be a slowdown penalty of some description. Didn't seem like it. And I've been watching him all the way into the corkscrew. That didn't happen. I think he just...
maybe the inside of the corkscrew, Richard.
Possible.
Yeah, I think the right-hand side of the corkscrew got him, and then he served it after he went through Rainey.
Yeah, it might have been earlier that he got this slowdown. Certainly had to slow down significantly. But now Eshaus on John Allen in front of him. So this is going to be interesting. Eshaus pushing. We know that Eshaus is a fairly aggressive driver, so we'll have to see what happens. But then, of course, John Allen can be fairly aggressive as well if he wants to. This is all working in Travis Schwenke's favor because Travis is well ahead of these two right now.
The Frenchman is coming in for a sip of wine now as he heads down. They have the little wine glass and some French bread for him. Get that taken care of. He's got 22 seconds to get that done. Sonny Ketchen, well back, is going through this. I think this is turn number 10 he's going through now. Coming up on 11, which is the final corner. Go ahead.
Trouble for Fliss in second place. They got really loose on the last second last corner. And let me tell you, he's lost a ton of time. He's involved there with a couple of slower cars as well. He's out on the weeds once again. There's a car even wider that looked like Van Dyke there.
Boutte let him get around there, and that's McDonald on the inside letting those guys get around. Meanwhile, if we can follow Maillard's coming out of the pits right now. In fact, here comes Maillard, and there goes Fliss. This is going to be close. Maillard's going to have a shorter distance to the track on the inside, Richard. He's going to get there first. Will he have the momentum? I believe so. Maillard's going to take over second position via the pit lane.
And just behind Fliss now looms Justin Healy as well. So once again, Bill, as we have seen so many times, the leader makes a getaway and then there's a big battle for second place. And let me tell you, on lap 20 with 7 laps to go, second place is by no means laid down in stone. But Evan Maillard currently has it. Can he hang on to it, Bill? That's the question.
We'll go ahead and set the top now that's done before we go to the Eagle Nest Tavern promotional spot there. Sonny Ketchen running in first position, showing second on my timing and scoring, but I know that's not right. Let's double check. Allen is still out. Has Allen maybe not made a pit yet?
Allen just gone into the pits now. That's why.
Oh, Allen took a tow. That's why it was getting a little misleading there on that. He kind of got to the pit lane ahead of these guys. So let's go ahead. Sonny Ketchen, contrary to what it says on screen, there is your leader. Maillard's in second, but close behind is Fliss and Hilly. Their guys are all within striking distance. Then it's a long way back to Zabel, running all by himself in fifth position. Schwenke all by himself in sixth. Eshaus has picked up a little bit on Sam McAleer. Not really a battle going on there. Carlos Torres in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, Eric Garcia.
Yeah, we see now that John Deuce Allen, now timing and scoring, is pushing him down the order as the cars pass him. So, Sonny Ketchen leading by a massive 6.8 seconds now over Evan Maillard. I don't think Evan will have the car to catch Sonny, not from that far back, which is a pity. Would have loved to see a little battle with these guys. Then we've got Patrick Fliss, 8.2 seconds back, so there's a 1.6 second gap between him and Evan. There's a battle, and 0.05 back from Fliss to Justin Healy. There's the battle, and Tomas Szabo, 19 seconds back from the leader, but further 10 seconds back. He is not in it at this stage, sorry.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, the Eagle Nest Cavern 60-second back marker salute. We'll bring that up here as soon as we get back to live. We're going to start by looking at David Hampson, currently running 2 laps down in the 22nd position. 1 spot ahead of him, running 21st, the driver from Japan, Lavar Boutte. You see him right there. Move up 1 more spot into 20th position. The first car 1 lap down, Joe McDonald. Then we get to the last car on the lead lap. In 19th, Brian Cartier from California, having a great run. John Deuce Allen is in the pits. We talked about him earlier, so let's go ahead and jump up to Jeroen Ursum. We saw him do a great job of letting Emma Maillard get around him. Ursum running in 17th spot in the Nesquik machine. 16th position, Derek Holland in kind of old, beat-up Oculus-looking gray car. That's a beautiful paint scheme. Looks like he got it out of the junkyard. 1 spot up. In 15th is Benjamin Lanawan, many-time Ironman championship and in the series title-sponsored car, Tidal Influence. Jordy Fike, haven't heard much from him. There's a new paint scheme, Phoenix Racing. Looks beautiful, running in 14th position. Billy Bob Wright, he's got the X-Lax machine back. He couldn't race without his X-Lax. And nice job as he's having a great run through the field in 13th. The Bay State Hammer, Tom Rathie, running, what's the beer that he's running there, Richard? Hockenbacken.
Kronenbach.
There you go, running in 11th position, and that's our Eagles Nest Tavern 60-second back marker salute. Richard, what are you looking at?
Well, I've been looking at the battle here between Hilly and Patrick Fliss. Now, Patrick is in 3rd position. Evan Maillard has claimed 2nd position. The battle is now for the last podium position. Justin Hilly and Patrick Fliss. Now, Justin is right there with Patrick, but Patrick seems to be able to hold him off through the corners. He's not made a concerted effort just at the minute or at the moment to try and take that position from Fliss. He's maybe saving his stuff for the last lap. We are on lap 22, a scant 5 laps left in this race, Bill.
And that really is the best battle on the track. I just watched Joe McDonald get around Lavar Boutte for 20th position. Those guys 1 lap back, still having a nice battle back there. But really, this is the one to keep an eye on now with 5 laps to go. We'll probably spend a lot of time on this one, Rich, as Ketchen seems pretty comfortable. 5.9 seconds ahead of Evan Maillard. I'm not sure if Maillard's fast, but I think Ketchen is equally as fast. I think those guys are pretty comfortable in their spot.
Yeah, and you know that the new car has evened things up a lot. I've seen some of the fast guys being able to take to this car and, continue on as if it was in the old car. And then I've seen some of the fast guys who just can't get to grips with this car. There's a lot of difference in the way the car handles from the old car. And some of the guys just don't get it, and they've just gone all slow-like.
Found a good battle. 6th position here. Travis Swenke, our pre-race interviewer, being troubled, being pressured by the man from Netherlands, Mika Eschhaus, having a great run there. Eschhaus got into trouble earlier, started up front. Remember, he had that spin and put the nose into the tires. That car seems to be doing okay right now. They're coming up on the back marker here of Lavar Boutte.
Trouble here for, wow. Swenke managed to hang on. He was out on the gravel there, and it looked as if he might lose it, and thankfully he held it together. And of course he's given up the position now to Mika Eschhaus, but Eschhaus now moves up that position into 6th place. Still not getting them anywhere close to the podium, but good catch there from Travis Swenke.
We'll stay on this a bit longer now as we have Eschhaus coming up on the back of Joe McDonald here. McDonald doing a good job getting out of the way. What happened there, Swenke lost some momentum when he came up behind Boutte. Boutte didn't anything wrong. He couldn't get the car, can't make it transparent. So he lost position. Now look at Swenke now is really struggling because here has a great run from the Scotchman, Sam McAleer, making a run, trying to see if he can get that 7th position.
Yeah, under threat now by Sam McAleer. He had a comfortable lead over these guys not that long ago. Lap number 24 we're on at the moment. 3 laps to go. Sam McAleer now like the shark, proverbial shark, seeing a injured or something that looks injured, maybe a little blood trailing right there, and he says, I'll have this, and he's on the back there. Joe McDonald slightly involved there in the fact that he's the lapped car, but there goes Swenke. I think Swenke, here comes Sam McAleer, on Travis Swenke. I think Swenke's going to give it up. There's just no point in fighting from the outside going into turn number 6, which is difficult enough on its own. And of course, we just saw Swenke go to the over-under. He's coming back. Is Swenke on the inside? McAleer trying to squeeze him a little bit as they go into the corkscrew. Swenke gives it up. McAleer forces the issue and goes through, takes a position. Very exciting driving there.
That's some good racing from Swenke. Gave him the over-under there through 6, all the way up into the corkscrew. Got side. Swenke's loose.
Yes, Swenke, take it easy, brother. Don't lose it. It's so close to the end of this race. Lap number 24. He gives up another. But well, he doesn't give up position. That is a lap car there.
No, that's Carlos. That's Carlos Torres right behind him now, giving him a little run.
Aha! Carlos Torres with a bashed up number 12 machine there from the rear. Now this is going to develop. So obviously, Travis Swenke having big problems with his tires and his handling at this point in time as they go down into turn number 1.
We'll stay on that battle.
He's got problems. I wonder if he took tires, Swenke, because he's having all kinds of problems with the handling right now.
Yeah, he is dropping like a pigeon down now into 8th position, and Carlos Torres has visions on that. He could fall to 9th. I think he's safe. It's Eric Garcia back in 10th has visions of getting there as well. Meanwhile, we won't need to go to, but just to update you on the Fliss-Hilly battle, it's still Fliss out in front, Hilly running in 4th position. The top 2 leaders are comfortable.
Yeah, and Tomas Zaba, of course, in 5th place. Good hit out for Tomas. Tomas qualified well back. Did he actually put in a qualifying time? I don't think so.
I think he tried. I think he got to get a clean lap in here, and he wasn't able to do it. So we'll stay on this battle there as you see. Swenke, give me a color on that. I'm going to call it blue. Maybe it's lavender. Yeah, we're getting a blue machine. That's the Travis Swenke. You can see he has a little bit of rear damage, I believe, where he's got a little of something got into the back of him, saying hello. And right behind him is the Colombian driver there of Carlos Torres, also with some damage in the back.
Yeah, and I want to talk briefly about the damage on these cars. These cars appear, Bill, to be able to take more damage than the old car and still keep going. I've seen guys hit the wall pretty hard, and provided they don't bend their steering, they have come and they've not lost any speed at all. So Travis Swenke won't be suffering from that direct hit in the rear, but he is suffering from a handling issue at the moment. He hasn't got this car under control at the moment. He is hanging on, let me tell you.
Well, I hope Swenke and Torres didn't have some eggs they wanted to hard boil and color for Easter, because if they were in the trunk, they're scrambled now, as both of those rear ends have been really punched in.
Yeah, mind you, Eric Garcia from the rear, he's actually catching up to Carlos Torres, who's dropped way off from Travis Swenke. I think Travis has calmed down. He's got everything back together again, and he's putting in the good laps. As we go now, lap number 26, bearing in mind it's only 27 laps. Let's go to the front. Let's have a look at our leader, Sonny Kanchan, second place, 4.5 seconds back, Evan Maillard, and then of course the battle there for third place, which is not really that much of a battle, Fliss and Hilly.
Yeah, there you see our leader way out in front. You can see just in the back of the screen there from the camera angle provided by Dougie Beard. Let's see if he shows up there. You see if you can see Maillard. Not even going to come over the hills, catching us so far in front. Hey, we hear from the drivers, you never cover battles back in the back. Let's take a quick look at this battle for 19th position. Joe McDonald in a nice battle. These guys are one lap down. Joe McDonald in a battle with LeVar Boutet.
Yes, and LeVar Boutet, such a musical sounding name. I should write a song about that, Bill. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a good battle. Go ahead.
LeVar Boutet, as McDonald goes wide, misses the apex, and now Boutet is going to get this. I'm not sure what. I've got to maybe get LeVar in for an interview. He hails from Japan. Certainly doesn't sound like a native Japanese, but maybe they're on business or something, living in Japan. Certainly a beautiful country to live in. And look at this battle going on as Boutet's going to get that position into 9th, as old McDonald going to drop down into 19th position, with Boutet up into 18th.
Well, I can tell you that LeVar Boutte speaks English very, very well, as no Japanese accent whatsoever. So maybe he's moved to Japan. Maybe he's there teaching English or something, Bill. That does happen.
Yeah. As we are on the last lap now, as we have just this right-hander to go, and then the left-hander turn 11, and Sonny Katchen, he started in 6th position, worked his way up through the field. Some drivers had attrition, got out of the way. He's just got the straight to go, and Sonny Katchen wins race number 6 of the season of Aquarius and the first race in the Pacific Swing. 2nd position, Richard, looks like it's going to comfortably go to Evan Maillard. Hudsko got in 3rd.
We've got Patrick Fliss just about to cross the line now in 3rd place, followed by Justin Healy in 4th place, rounding out the top 5. A good drive from Tomas Zabel from way back. And then newcomer Mika Eshaus in 6th place. And Sam McAleer will cross the line in 7th, followed by Travis Swenke, who had his problems in 8th. And Carlos Torres Travis in 7th, Carlos Torres in 8th, and looks like Eric Garcia and Michelle Van Dyke round out the top 10.
I think Garcia's going to get 10th. Officially, I could be wrong on that when it's all said and done. Deuce Allen going to come across now, so we maybe can follow these guys as they come across their lead lap.
Oh! Roger actually got Van Dyke. I was calling it if it was done and dusted. It certainly wasn't. Roger will cross ahead of Van Dyke.
And here's another battle as Billy Bob Wright's going to come across the finish line just a few seconds ahead of Benjamin Lanouette. That's for 13th and 14th.
Yep. I think this is just about it now as the others start to finish off.
We'll stay with Derek Holland here, our last car as he goes around turn 11. Derek Holland going to bring it down the straight and be the last car on the lead lap. As soon as he crosses, we're going to go to break. Keep an eye on the slideshow telling you what races are coming up. We'll be back for post-race interviews. Should be interesting with this new car. We'll run down the entire standings and closing credits. Be back in a few. You're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel and its coverage of the MX-5 World Tour, brought to you by the good folks at Tidal Influence. We just saw an exciting race number 6 of the season, and the first one in the Pacific Swing at Laguna Seca. That saw the Australian Sonny Ketchen start from 6th position and take it to the front. Evan Maillard started at the back of the field. Season 7 champion, brought it home in second. A great run from him. The Slovene Machine in 3rd position, followed by Justin Hilly and Thomas Szabo, rounding out the top 5. Mika Eshaus, sorry about that, had some early lap incidents, but he was able to bring the car home safely in 6th. The Scotsman, former champion Sam McAleer, in 7th. Travis Swanky, our pre-race interview, in 8th position. Carlos Torres from Colombia following him, and rounding out the top 10, California driver Eric Garcia. Richard?
And Tom Rajay finished in 11th place. Good finish for Tom there. Michel van Dijk finished in 12th place. Billy Bob Wright in 13th place. Benjamin Lanowet in 14th. Jordy Fike, what appears to be an unhappy Jordy Fike there, in 15th place. Derek Holland finished 16th. Jeroen Ursum still hunting that top 10 in 17th place, 1 lap down. Then we had Joe McDonald in 18th place, had a good battle with Levar Boutte in 19th place, and rounding out the top 20, 2 laps down, David Hampson.
And if anyone's listening to the broadcast and somebody send Jordy Fike a text and let him know, we'd love to have him interviewed. He's got something to say and we'd like to hear about it. This series loves controversy.
Yes,
21st position, Brian Cartier. John Deuce Allen going to finish 7 laps down. Had some issues there and is going to finish in 22nd. 23rd, 24th, and 25th go to Benjamin Nelson, the Speedmaster Jan Koemans, and Andre Saunders. The bad news for Koemans is he's going to finish 24th. The good news for him, that poor finish will keep him well down the list and should give him a good qualifying position in the Quick 6 regrid. Okay, let's go to interviews right now. There's somebody that I'm looking forward to interviewing, because once again, we love controversy in this series, and that's Sonny Ketchen, our race winner. Let's see if we can bring him into the booth. Sonny, do you have a copy? I know it's early there. You there, Sonny? Good. What time is it where you are right now?
Right now, the race started at about 5 a.m., I believe. Now it's 6-ish in the morning.
Oh my goodness! So let's just, before we get into the race, let me hear about your day now. Are you going to stay up the rest of the way, or is there a nap coming up in your future?
Well, soon after this, now I got to prepare for CES.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That'll be late afternoon in the same, but for me it'll be all day, almost.
Maybe you can squeeze a nap in after that. A good nap is the only reason I have to get out of bed in the morning. Let's talk about. Well, first of all, let's talk about your race. Then I want to talk about last race. Started 6th. You really kind of didn't have to do a lot of work. Some of the guys got out of the way for you. Then you had to get around just a few.
Yeah, the start, I had a bad start initially. My wheel, I didn't have it in control right on green, so I had to really work hard to get into getting control. And the first 2 laps, I was just trying to settle in, and then I had the pace to move forward, and luckily I passed the guys in front of me.
And then you didn't have that big of a lead, but my goodness, you must have the pit strategy down, because you have your boys trained well. You had a nice lead coming out of the pits.
Yeah, I knew I had to pit sometime, though I thought, I had the pit thing going. I took the, when I went into pits, I was leading, so I knew I had to pit sometime. I was also watching Evan Maillard like a hawk, because by the time it was pit time for me, I knew Evan was behind us. He was 6 seconds behind, and Patrick was second behind. So I just kind of drove around when I was in the lead to see how Patrick copes with me, and I was trying to maintain the gap to 1 second before I pitted. So when I pitted, when Patrick did not pit, I knew I had a chance. So I had to be spot on with the pits, and then we went from there. Yeah.
Well, the race officials are trying to slow you down. If they can't slow you down on the track, they're trying to do it from the race officials there. You had a lot of controversy in the forums about an incident. You sure did get a lot of support from the drivers. Looks like the rumors are having it. Looks like that penalty, I'm going to let you in on a little news. Looks like that penalty may be pulled, so that's something good to look forward to.
Well, we have heard it from the Grand Poobah
Thank you.
himself there,
Well,
Sonny.
no, I'm nothing official yet. I'm just hearing rumors that the IRT is sensitive to the drivers there. Your feeling on that for the people who didn't see that he got in a first lap incident with Robert Hartley. Hartley was on the outside of Druids in Brands Hatch, and then they were kind of side by side of Druids. Then Sonny pulled ahead of him, didn't quite clear him. Sonny went to the corner. And the IRT said that Hartley was defending of line, but the opinion of a lot of the drivers is that Sonny, they felt that you had the right to that apex, and that's how you felt as well.
Yeah, that's how I felt, and I was just hoping for a racing incident, like you said. But thanks for the good news, Bill. That's all I can say now.
Yes,
And
well,
if I can jump in here, Bill, I am going to put on the line. I'm going to say that the IRT realized they got it wrong and they fixing it up. Good on your IRT there, Bill.
Well, I'm not sure if the IRT is saying they got it wrong. I think they're going to say that the rules were a little ambiguous. They don't like ambiguity. So when drivers are confused, that's never a good sign. The rules are there to help the drivers, and if they're confused, then the problem goes to the rules, and if there's that kind of thing, nobody should get a penalty. The good news is, Sonny, you won the Atlantic swing, and my gosh, you're off to a great start here. If you can get up early enough, if you can keep it going, boy, this thing is yours to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Just keep staying positive, and yeah, it doesn't matter if I wake up at 1 a.m., 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. We're just going to keep at it, and hopefully it will end up on the bright side. So like today, after the pits, I was just wondering where Evan was, and he was closing in on me. He had fresh tires, I believe. He took a late pit stop, and it left me wondering if I should have pitted a bit later than usual, because my tires were going away. But I managed to finish the race with about 0.3 fuel left. So as long as I could give Evan a second every lap till the end of the lap, so he was to the time we finished, he was 4 seconds behind me from about 8 seconds, I believe. So it was all good. So it all worked out well. Next time it's something to do better, I think. So looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Sonny. There you go, Sonny Ketchen, who really does have this MX-5 down to a science. Okay, Richard, we're going to bring in our Season 7 champion, second place finisher today, Evan Maillard. Richard, go ahead, see if you can run down the Frenchman.
Yeah, I will be talking to Evan Maillard, who started from way back in the field, practically last, and finished in second place. Congratulations on that, Evan. You obviously have taken a liking to this car because you were fast, and in fact, at the end, you were catching Sonny. You were just a little too far back to challenge him for the first position.
Yeah, indeed. I kind of missed the qualifying. I didn't really notice it was earlier than usual. So yeah, I missed it. All my bad. So yeah, I started from P27, I think, and made my way back to second position. After fighting through the field, it was a lot of fun going back. And yeah, it feels so awesome to have the new car here. I'm loving it so much, and being able to set it up and not using the baseline, that's pretty very bad. It's a great relief. Yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of fun and was only hoping to have a few more laps to catch Sonny a bit more, but well, that's the way it is.
Well, judging from what we've seen in a couple of the past races, looks to me from where I'm sitting in the broadcast booth here that currently yourself and Sonny are going to be doing more battles in the races to come. That was a great drive coming from that far back to second position. It was all in the pit stops, Evan. I think you had a 5-second longer pit stop than Sonny did, and that made all the difference.
Oh really? Oh yeah, maybe. I really didn't know. Yeah, I think I put too much fuel because only took time to calculate it way too late, and I guess I put too much to be safe. Well, that cost me it then.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a fantastic finish. We have to tip our hats to you for that drive. and didn't look like you were in trouble at any stage in the race in terms of the handling of the car. The car looked straight every time you came past the start finish. So a great finish there for you. Second place, looking good for your championship hopes, Evan.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, ground control to Major Evan here. What's the story with Ziggy Stardust with David Bowie on the car?
I don't know, I just love it, so I put it on my car, and yeah, if you check the bonnet, there's a couple more bones and guys.
Outstanding, very good. We like to see a little musical tribute. Okay, there we have Evan Maillard, your runner-up finisher today and former champion. Well, are we done with interviews here, Director? I don't see anybody. We're just going to do 2. I think we are done. That'll wrap it up for today. What a great race it is as the director tries to pull up his script so he can get to the closing plugs, and he's got it right now. We'd like
and
to...
just before you jump into that, I want to just very quickly mention that if you think Sonny has to get up earlier, bear in mind that where Sonny lives to where I live, Sonny is an hour later than me, so I've got to get up an hour earlier than Sonny, so stick that in your craw.
Well, that explains a lot of the situations that are going on behind the mic there from down south. Okay, we'd like to quickly thank Tidal Influence, an ecological consulting firm based in Long Beach, California, located on the proper side of the globe. It restores wetlands, saves and studies endangered species, and educates children about our environment. For more information, go to TidalInfluence.com. The best kept secret in the California San Bernardino Mountains is Green Valley Lake, and your best choice for lodging, I'm not going to ask Richard this because he doesn't know, is Mountaintop Cabin Rentals. Go to GVLCabinRentals.com for more information. And while you're up in Green Valley Lake, stop in for a cold drink and a hot meal at Eagle Nest Tavern. Check out Eagle Nest Tavern on Facebook. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software that you see on the screen right now that we use for our broadcast. The original music that you've heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Echolm and Casey Lalonde. I recommend that all of you guys go to their sites and download some of that digital format. It's really good. Lalonde's music is kind of more theatrical, more symphonic. Casey's Lalonde a little more techno, a little more modern. Pick one you like. It works for many environments in your life. Thanks to my mic mate, the very early riser Richard, I Caught the Worm Losper, our director Joe Peak, Dougie Beard for his camera locations. If you'd like to find out more about GSRC, your best bet is Global Sim Racing Channel, along with archive races and race highlights that I shouldn't say. There are not really race highlights there, but there are archived races, and there's lots of other good stuff to see. You should go, they're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at the Global Sim Racing Channel. Hey, the Tidal Influence MX-5 World Tour returns in 1 week. That's 7 days. Times 7 times 24 will give you the hours as the tour crosses the Pacific for the iBalance 17 from Richard's land of Australia, Mount Panorama, home of the big one from a few seasons ago. But remember, many of these drivers, and heard Sonny Katchen talk about it, will return in the late afternoon shadows for the CESCS event again from Laguna Seca. So you don't want to miss that. That's 2.5 hours of team racing with driver swaps. The Mustang will be on the track. Oh, that's exciting. I'll be behind the mic again. For more information on all the upcoming GSRC broadcasts, go to theglobalsimracingchannel.com. And now that all the housekeeping is out of the way, it's time for us to go off and have fun storming the castle. So for everyone here at GSRC, race hard, race clean, and we'll see you on the track.